Okay, now we can continue. So what you're looking at now is the area with all of the information for your blog submissions. So we will do some brainstorming and have a discussion about the kinds of ideas you all plan to put in your blog the next time that you come, which will be Thursday. At this point, you should have used the character synopsis section to locate your character, give important information, and complete this project proposal, which gives you all the information that you need to do those 2 paragraphs. So between the questions here and the questions here, you were able to do the 2 paragraphs and submit that. So moving on, you should now be you should have also submitted your blog graphic organizer. If you have not done so, you need to submit that. And you should now be at the stage where you are completing your group research form, which is the chart that you will use to locate the sources you will be discussing in your paper to help provide you with textual evidence in your blog as well as your paper. Okay. So before you can even get to the place where you are filling out the poster board, you have to have all of that information done. Now, this is where you will find all of the information you need to complete your project presentation. As I stated, everyone is required to present in the Project Expo. You are not required to place, but you are required to present. So there's your essential question, your driving question for the project, and right below it is your poster template. Once you click on the poster template, it'll open up, and you are now able to begin typing in information and copying and pasting information, photos, links, things of that sort. You all know that you're seniors, into this template. So you have to first click Enable Editing at the top, which you can't see. Once you click Enable Editing, and you can start, so your driving question is very simple. You don't have to create a driving question. All you have to do is go to Blackboard under the PBL 8 Essentials and copy and paste this question, okay? You just highlight it, copy it, click edit, right click the box, click edit text, and paste. Once you do that, it will paste your driving question in nice, neat form. Then from there, you want to move on to your standards. I will post your standards in Blackboard so you can copy and paste that. In-depth inquiry. Now this is where you are going to, if I were you, I would take if I were you, in the in-depth inquiry area, I would get logos of all the websites that I used in my research, and I will copy and paste them within this area. And then I would either in paragraph, so say for instance, one of my sources came from, let's see, who can we go to? YouTube. Maybe one of my sources came from YouTube. Well, I want to use the snippet computer to get a copy of that logo, I'm going to click the copy button. Let me move this down so you can see it. Now I'm going to click the copy button right here in the middle. And now I can go back into my poster template and I can paste it. Some of you all already know this information. Some of you all may have never participated in a Project Expo and this will be your first time. This tutorial is for you. For those of you who have done expos before, you know how to do this. Let me make it smaller so I can see the poster. And so I move the logo over here, make it bigger. Fit it inside my poster. And then I would insert a text box either below or next to the logo, and I would explain how I use this particular source. So, for example, I used YouTube as a source to locate podcasts that
looking for your senior council people, but they know what to be.
Provide information over the topic of blank, blank, blank. Then I'll go on to say this source discusses in detail blank, blank, blank. And then from there, I will go on and say this information excuse me, is important to my project because it explains blank, blank, blank. Now I have essentially given you the sentence stems to explain how your in-depth inquiry process works, okay? All you have to do is finish the sentences with information or in processes that you actually carried out yourself. So I would do that about 3 or 4 different times. I will make sure this whole entire column is full, okay? So that means you're going to need at least 3 to 5 sources. Now, if I were you, you can do it one by one like this, or you can make a collage of all your pictures at the top and then just go through in paragraph form and explain how you used each source. But that's what I'm looking for in this area of the poster. Voice and choice. In this particular area, you're going to explain to your audience, which will be the presentation judges, how you came up with your topic, what options you had in developing this blog post, and basically explain all the different ways where you were able to give your input, you were able to make your own decisions about how you chose to do this project. You can talk about your pacing and how you chose to work. Even though you're given specific deadlines for certain items, I basically allow you to work as you need to in your time, on your own time. So you're given homework time, you're given class time, you're given the computers, you're given what you need to do in the way that's most comfortable and convenient for your learning style. And so you want to explain what that process has looked like under my voice and choice. Revision is where you're going to explain what changes did you have to make to your project after you finished your research in order to make the presentation make sense. And then 21st century skills, all I'm looking for you to be able to do in this area is explain to me how this project is going to help prepare you for jobs and careers. In the field that you plan to go into. So that would be 21st century skills. Okay? So, by the time you have finished this process, you will have developed a driving, you will have answered the driving question. You will have also explained how your project uses the standards and how they have been addressed. You will give us your need to knows. You probably will have to create a section for your need to knows under the driving question. You will have talked about your voice of choice. You will have also talked about your in-depth inquiry process and your 21st century skills. Acknowledges and references. References would be all of the different websites, articles, podcasts, anything you use, any place where you collect the information from, you will put it here. Okay? So this is how you're going to complete this, and once you're done, you will save it and you will upload it to the assignment portal labeled Project Poster Board Submission. Now, I'm giving you all the expo is when? Is it on the 24th? The expo is next week. And so I'm giving you all until Friday. Well, actually, no. You have until Thursday to complete this board and submit it on Blackboard so that I can download them and have them printed and ready for the expo next week. And we will spend Thursday actually practicing your presentations, okay? So you have the remainder of this class period to finish working on your assignments and getting the poster boards together for next week. Let's see what the actual date is. Also, do me a favor and click that red button on the camera so that